Happy Tuesday, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to pre-market update. Nice dump yesterday from sell line to buy line on all the major indices. You can see 1.7% dump on Nasdaq, S&P 500 from sell zone to the buy zone, easy 1.3% dump. Russell 2000 index from sell zone to the buy zone, easy 2.5% dump. And then Dow Jones, same thing here from sell zone to the buy zone, 1.54% dump. In one day, you can see indices going from sell zone to buy zone and then bouncing from buy zone to neutral zone. You can look at all indices. Nasdaq also buy zone to neutral zone. S&P 500 buy zone to even closer to sell zone. You can see how easy it is to trade using this indicator, and I'm sharing this with my subscribers. All you need to do is click the join button in the description of this video. Let me know your YouTube user ID in the Discord group, and I will add you. And I'm sharing these levels every hour, and in one day you can recover the entire year subscription fee. You can see how easy it is to trade. So I just wanted to share with you and start with you. You can see even a day before yesterday, buy zone to sell zone to buy zone. It's like a swing, guys, swing everywhere. You can see any indices. Same thing, buy zone to sell zone to the buy zone. Dow Jones, buy zone to sell zones to the buy zone. And then Russell 2000, same thing here. Very close to buy zone to sell zone to buy zone. So you can see this indicator works very nicely with most of the indices and amazing, amazing trade. All right. So now we got that over. Hit the like button if you like the content and share with your friends and family this channel and help me grow. All right, so now we are in this rising phase, the cycle analysis. This is daily chart on SPX. On the rising phase, you can see cycle bottom exactly on this day, 31st of May. Now looking for rising phase and then a little bit of cool down to this. You can see yellow cycle, little bit of cool down. So higher low. So looking for this top to occur sometime like next 2 weeks, then looking for a pullback. So it's going to be a little bit choppy, and that's when you need something like this indicator so you can make profits every day, 1 to 2% profit. While if you take options, whenever it's hitting the buy zone, there's unlimited amount of potential to make profits depending on what option you take. All right, so let's do side-by-side comparison. So we're looking for this rally MES chart. You can see getting a 8 count SPY signal here today, and this could be a higher low on a shorter time frame. Which I mean by that, if I go to 1 hour chart, you can see this is a high, higher low. Now this is also a lower high, so we need to break this previous high. Okay, so that's what maybe we're going towards, and that's what this cycle analysis is telling, which I told you before. So looking for this 8 count SPY signal to go ahead, and there's some resistance. If I go to SPX chart, let me go to daily chart. You can see there's this resistance here. If I want to draw a box, this whole area here, some resistance here. All right. So if I can make this red, uh, and this also I can make it a bit red. Here you go. This area is a resistance area. Okay. So we're looking for this rally, and this is where it could top previous highs, and then it's going to go down again. All right. So that's what I'm looking for uh, to show you precisely. Now daily chart looking for rally. Now we had I think something to do with India's election. BJP is not winning as as comprehensively as people thought. So it touched the buy zone and now it's bouncing. So that's what's going on, and it's in the middle zone. It's in the neutral zone right now. And if I look at SPY, which is the ETF, nothing here, came all the way down below 20 moving average and now bouncing and opening on a gap down actually. So I think it's still going to keep going higher to fill this gap. This gap here, I don't think it's going to fill soon. 512, there were other gaps which are filled. Now I think we're going higher. So looking to buy all the dips, okay? Just remember, right now we're in the neutral zone. If they fall down after market open, look to buy here. If they go ahead, look to take profits here. All right, as simple as that. Nasdaq, let's look at MNQ here. You can see also going to the neutral zone right now, and same story here. Looking for a rally. Give me a second. Sorry about that, guys. I had a phone call I had to pick. Okay, so it's in the neutral zone right now, Nasdaq. All right, so let's look at triple Qs. You can see. if I zoom in on a daily chart, this gap is still not filled. If I go to, um, let me show you chart without, I have to go to 1 hour chart without gaps. Here you go. So you can see this gap here, this gap down. Maybe you cannot see. I have to get rid of EMA lines. Here you go. This gap down. So they're gonna go fill this gap. All right. So from where we are right now, pre-market open or maybe yesterday's close, looking for another 0.6% upside. This could happen today. All right. It could happen very, very fast. So keep that in mind. And that's in line with what I'm expecting, a rally to new highs, like I showed on S&P 500. Okay, so Nasdaq will most likely lead that rally. All right, so Dow Jones. All right, so Dow Jones was the weakest last couple of weeks, and its bottom got a 9 counts buy signal on a daily chart here. This is a higher low, so basically this is what we need before we have a rally. So high, higher low, sorry, lower high, and then we're going for a higher point. So this could be the bottom we were looking for on Dow Jones, and now we're going higher. Okay, and on DIA ETF, which is the Dow Jones ETF, there's a gap here which is still not filled, so they're going to eventually fill this gap around 390. So you should be looking to buy call options for that. Russell 2000 in the buy zone. All right, it's the weakest of all indices right now in the buy zone as we are talking, and this is a good time to buy Russell, in my opinion. One thing to note on IWM, which is the ETF on Russell, there are these gaps. Okay, so let me bring it here. You can see this gap here around 202, then there's a massive gap here around 200. So I think maybe in June sometime we'll fill this gap. So from where we close to the bottom of this gap, it's around 2%. So it could happen in a day. All right, so keep that in mind. There are two gaps here. Looks like they want to fill this gap today, 202, and then the second gap could be later this month or maybe later this week, who knows. This is basically rallying and all with GME. You can see GME here. GME down 3%. So everything is, this is part of Russell 2000. So this is a big factor in Russell's dump and pump. So just keep that in mind. All right, so let's keep moving. Tesla um, came to the sell zone, dump, and now in the neutral zone. All right, just consolidating above this red line, which is 50 simple moving average. Really want Tesla to pump and close these 200 gaps. All these yellow lines are gaps to fill tons of gaps on the upside. Inversely, there's a big gap here around 145. I don't know if it's going to be filled soon, but I think Tesla is going to 200. So I don't know what the catalyst would be. It's going to be some news. I don't know what. It's going to pump it to 200 in my opinion. All right, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Many of you are for here in the neutral zone right now. Bitcoin was in the sell zone yesterday and then dumped from the sell zone. You can see here. And Bitcoin, there was a gap on BTC futures. Let me show here, which is filled, and I deleted that gap. Let me bring this in. There was a gap around 70K. I was showing in my yesterday video. You can go and watch. It was around here, 70,300-ish area. Now there's a gap. If I go to 1 hour chart on BTC future, this gap up happened here. So it's going to eventually come to fill that gap around 38,300. Okay. So from here, looking for 1.56% move. Ethereum, no gaps here. There's a gap on the upside, so eventually Ethereum will pump, but I think it's time for Bitcoin to shine for now, and that's going to lead the rally. And let's see PPO. PPO green line is below red line. That's not good. I want to see green line go above red line. That's going to put some bullish pressure, like what happened here. So whenever green line went above red line, like I think it was here, you can see the amount of pump we got on Bitcoin. I think it's somewhere here it went above, and the pump, oops, I think I need to get the right tool. The pump from here was around 20%. All right, so I want to see that going sooner than later. Ethereum, Ethereum is in the buy zone, a little bit weaker. I think Bitcoin needs to really pump here to make Ethereum go higher. Until that, nothing much. Just keep an eye on Bitcoin. I have CNQ here. It's in the buy zone. Oil dumped heavily yesterday. There's a gap here around 72 on CNQ. This is the biggest Canadian oil miner. You can see it consolidated for so long and then massive pump, and now maybe it's coming for a back test. There's a gap here around 72. There's a gap here around 69. Let's see which of these gas filled. The main reason why it's dumping is because of oil. Oil is coming down very, very fast, but it's coming towards a very nice. Here is a nice consolidation and support area. You can see this whole area is a nice support here, all right? So I think soon we'll have a nice support area for oil. So don't get too bearish yet, all right? So look, you can see coming closer to this box. Maybe another day we will have, maybe today we'll get back into this box and in 70s, and this is where you should be not too bearish on oil. Okay, this is where like around 69 to 71, 72 is a nice support in my opinion, and it's in the buy zone short term. So looking for a massive bounce anytime in oil, and that should help oil miners pump as well. So even XOM should be in the buy zone, I think, in my opinion. You can look at XOM, which is the biggest US oil miner. Let me zoom in here. You can see, let's see pre-market how it's doing. XOM, here you go, getting closer to buy zone. All right, couple of gaps on yellow to fill on the upside as well. So oil could be a good trade if you don't like any tech stocks to buy. We'll see what happens. Tesla is down all of a sudden 0.9%. I don't know what's going on there, but anyhow. So let's keep moving. Hang Seng Index, China. Let's see China here. Here you go, China. Came to the buy zone yesterday, very close. Still, this gap is not filled around 18,100. Now going towards sell zone. All right. Apple. Apple is flat near sell zone, so not looking to buy Apple here. Multiple gaps on the downside. Look to buy on the gap fills, but my rule is to only buy in the green lines. I let anything in the red lines pass. Amazon came to the buy zone day before yesterday, bounced, now in the neutral zone. Amazon could be forming a bottom here and going towards this gap fill around 181. Netflix is bouncing from the buy zone. So Netflix is one of the best trades if you want to trade long. Today it's in the buy zone as we're talking. Google is in the neutral zone. Meta, Facebook there's a gap here around 492 all the way higher, and there's also a gap below around 467. So it could come back down to fill that gap before it goes higher. So keep that in mind. Microsoft is in the buy zone. Microsoft is also could be making a higher low before it goes higher. Snowflakes is pumping pre-market, not sure why, but getting a 9 counts buy signal today. I mean, yeah, today. Oh, well, yesterday. We got it yesterday. And this is where the massive support is. This is where it came in 2nd June 2022. This is where you want to be buying Snowflakes, in my opinion. I think it could rally. There are a couple of gaps to fill, so Snowflakes can have a huge bounce. So keep that in mind. NVDA is flat pre-market near sell zone, so not interested after this rally. Couple of gaps to fill. I don't know when it's going to stop this rally. It just keeps going higher. AVGO is in the buy zone. All right, you can see it's in the buy zone. AVGO is next good stock to buy for a rally. There's a gap around 1403. AMD is again touched the buy zone yesterday. Let's see if it can touch again today. See, 160 is where you want to be buying. Qualcomm. Qualcomm is in the neutral zone right now. Let's look at commodities. Gold. Gold was weak this morning. It's bouncing now. Touched the buy zone. Now going towards neutral zone. Still a high low so far, so no change in trend. Silver. Let's see. Silver is still it's made a new low compared to this low, so it could go lower now. So looks like a change in trend in silver. Let's see, but it's going to do mostly what gold will do. Right now in the buy zone as we're talking. Natural gas had a massive pump yesterday. You can see massive bounce. Let's see if it can hold in the neutral zone right now. Copper is in the buy zone near support, red and yellow line. 50 EMA and 50 SMA. So it could bounce from here. Palladium is in the neutral zone. Soybeans is on the buy zone. Sugar is in the sell zone, but you can see new lows with divergence on RSI and PPO, so it could be getting ready for a bounce. So cane is the ETF if you want to trade sugar. It's a CANE. So that's the ETF. All right. Wheat. Wheat is just consolidating after hitting my target of 700 in the buy zone, so it could bounce from here as well. Wheat. Corn is in the buy zone again. Corn is also made a lower high, lower low, and but in the buy zone, looking for a bounce here. Short term. DXY dollar is in the support buy area. So dollar, if dollar bounces, that's going to be not good for gold and Bitcoin. So let's see what happens. And let's look at VIX to wrap it up. VIX bouncing, and you can see VIX. I think eventually it's going to go down because I'm expecting SPX to go higher. So VIX is eventually going to crash and then go back to 11 or $12. That's what I'm thinking. All right, guys, please hit the like button on your way out, and we'll see you later. Bye.